5.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you all again, Lehigh Acres Middle School students, for allowing me to come in and just have our little discussion on character and what that all means and the different traits and tools that we need to develop strong character. My name is Sharon Hill, and I am with Learning for Life, which is a program under the Boy Scouts of America, which offers education in leadership development, career development, and of course, character education. Before I continue on though about character education and what that all means, I would like for our students to introduce themselves.
I'm Samantha,
What grade are you in, Samantha?
6th. I'm Genesis, and I'm in 6th grade. I'm Wilbert, and I'm in 6th grade. I'm Dominic, and I'm in 6th grade.
Okay, so you have to speak up loud because I remember the last time some people I couldn't hardly hear. To make sure, throw your voice way past our camera person so that everyone out in Lee County School District, all the middle schools can hear what brilliant students they are. They were our panel for last month, and we had a really, really good time talking about what it takes to be successful in life. And we know that it is not anything exterior like clothes or shoes or even money. Yes, we do need money and we work hard to make an income so that we can pay our expenses, but that is not a determination of success. What makes you a successful person is your character. Anybody remember what character means?
It's how you act and what you do.
Okay, so how you act and what you do is a reflection of who you are. And that is what character is. It's 3 words, who you are. How you act and how you behave, how you interact with your friends, that is a reflection of your character. And we talked about the fact that character is not something that just poof happens, right? That it actually takes work like anything else. Like you have to study real hard, practice your reading and your math drills, and all of those academic requirements in order to build your brain skills and your thinking skills. And if you were to want to be a healthy individual, then you go to the gym, you work real hard, you work out, you make sure you eat right to build a strong, healthy body. And it is the same thing with character. We make up in our minds, we make that decision, we make that choice every day, all day long, that we are going to do what we need to do to build a good, strong character. Because strong character is what determines your success. And a good, positive, strong character is who you are all the time. Not just sometimes or when it looks good or because we're in front of the camera right now, but even when no one is looking. Yes? And we've talked about different character traits. Anyone of you remember any of the character traits that we've spoken about in the past or that we've mentioned? Certain character traits such as maybe respect. Respect. What do you know about respect? Anything?
Respect the adults and the teachers when they're talking.
Okay. That's definitely something that we encourage, is that you want to show respect. But when I say show respect, it really means treating others the way you want to be treated. Okay? With courtesy and care and kindness. And for instance, if your teacher is talking, as Wilbur said, you don't want to be talking while the teacher is talking. Okay? Because if you were talking, you would want everyone to listen. So that would be an example of respect.
It also means, I forgot what I was saying.
Okay, how about responsibility?
something that you have to do in order to become a mature adult.
Okay, something you have to do. Can anybody expound on that a little bit?
Okay. If you have homework and your teacher gave homework when it's the weekend and it's in your binder and you're playing games or you're doing something, have time to do your homework and get right back on what you're doing.
Okay, that's a very good example. Responsibility. Students simply means doing what it is that is expected of you. And as an elementary school student told me once as I was going down my list of what responsibility is, she said, it's doing your job. That's what responsibility is. Okay, and we all, she went, everybody went, really? Doing a job? I'm in elementary school. We all have different jobs. Whether it's you are 5 years old or 50 years old, you have responsibilities or duties at home, in the classroom, in school, church, the playground. You have certain activities that or duties that are required of you. You have jobs to do. For example, at home, who has a chore? Do you have a chore? You don't have a chore? You don't have chores at home?
But yeah, I kind of do.
Oh, okay.
Except, we don't get mandatory chores that we have to do, like cleaning up and stuff.
Cleaning up after yourself, doing the dishes,
Taking out the trash.
taking out the trash,
Doing the laundry.
doing the laundry,
Washing the dishes.
washing the dishes. Those are responsibilities at home. What about school?
Getting good grades.
Getting good grades,
Paying attention.
paying attention. Responsibilities in school.
Ask questions.
Ask questions. That's very, very good. Okay, because if you don't understand something, and there's no way for us to know that you don't understand as teachers, so we ask questions. Very good. Any other responsibilities you can think of? Doing your work, getting your work done, doing your homework, getting it in on time. So we've talked about respect, we've talked about responsibility. Last month I was here, we talked about, anybody remember? Honesty. We talked about honesty. Review, real quick, honesty, what is that?
It's telling the truth. Don't lie about anything because, that never ends up good places.
Telling the truth always. The truth never hurts. We believe that the truth always, always helps. It's just a matter of how you're going to tell the truth. So that's why it's very, very important for us to build up that reputation or consistency of always telling the truth, not just over here because I don't want to get in trouble, but then over here when I'm hanging with my buddies, I'm just be whatever. Tell the truth all the time, and that way you're building up trust.
Be who you are.
Be who you are. That doesn't change. Everyone can look at Samantha or, say your name, Dominique or Wilbur or Genesis and go, these are students that are trustworthy because they're always telling the truth. You're proving yourself worthy of being trusted. So this month, the word is
Courage.
courage. And so we've been talking already about what courage is. Any of you want to go ahead and tell our students, what is courage?
Believing in yourself.
Courage is believing in yourself, and what's the other part of that?
Have self-confidence. Have faith.
Have faith, believing in yourself, having the confidence and knowing that you have what it takes to overcome a challenge or a difficulty or to face a fear. You have what it takes. It is that power or strength that you have inside. All of us do. So it's not necessary. We were talking about Superman, right? You know, we know of superheroes and they do brave things, and I was reminiscing with them. They had no idea what I was talking about, but you know, when Superman used to come on, and then you'd have the people looking in the sky going, oh, he could leap a tall building in a single bound. It's a bird. It's a man. No, it's Superman. Woo! Yes, is an result of you having belief or courage that you can face a particular difficulty. But you don't have to do heroic things in order to demonstrate courage every day. It's an everyday thing. Courage is facing your life every day. So for instance, in school, as sixth graders, what difficulties do you have? Each of you, I want to hear from you. Because I know there are certain things that you're challenged about, or you might even be fearful about. Every day, all of us have those challenges.
I'm challenged about keeping my A's.
Keeping your A's, keeping his grades up, that's a challenge for him. Any other difficulties or challenges?
I have struggles in math, but I just keep trying harder.
You keep trying harder. Do you know what that means? That means that you are demonstrating courage by saying, if I just try harder, I know I can do it. I know I can pass that math class. I know I can keep those A's.
You have to have courage during a test, like you learned it, so remember that. And
Yeah. Keep practicing. And know that every day you have an opportunity to make things better. All right? Courage. Facing difficulties or challenges. Facing fears. I've been sharing with everyone that, up until very recently, I had a real fear. I just did not like being in the dark. So I would sleep with lights on somewhere in the house. There had to be a light in the room somewhere. Okay? And then it went to night lights. Night lights all over. Then it went to a night light. Now there are no night lights. You know where the night lights are? Well, they're in a kitchen drawer. So, it's like, there was some night lights. So that tells you, students, it wasn't that long ago. That was a real fear for me. But I faced it, and now I have overcome. All right? And it can be something as real as dark or blizzards or snakes or anything like that. All right? Or maybe something real life, or like your academics, or relational or social. Some people are really, really shy and they are scared to talk out in front of a camera. That's a real fear. That's a real fear for me, believe it or not. And I was telling the other students today that, I really have to talk myself up to do this as much as you see me doing it, because I don't want to tell you all the wrong thing. I don't want to say something that's going to steer you in the wrong direction. I really care about you that much that I want to make sure that whatever it is that I'm saying makes sense to you, and then you can then apply it. So I have to keep reminding myself, you have what it takes. You can do this. And face that fear and overcome that difficulty or that challenge. And voila, here we are. We're sitting and we're talking. I have to remind myself that the camera is there, because what's more important is talking to you all and sharing what I know about courage, as you are with me. Any other difficulties or challenges that you face? Okay, besides academics, we talked about academics, we talked about real fears like darkness or any other kind of challenges.
Well, I'm not afraid anymore, but a lot of people were afraid to ride bikes because they were afraid to get hurt.
Mm-hmm. Some people are just, they're fearful of being hurt. It might be riding a bike, or it might be going swimming or something like that. But these are things that you can, if you face those fears and you do what you have to do to practice, you can overcome. Now, having courage, sometimes, we misunderstand that to mean that we do daring things. I heard a couple people say that to me before. Oh, you can do a dare or do something, like race around a high cliff or something like that. That is what? Is that courage? No.
It's like being brave.
That is being foolhardy if you are endangering your life or endangering someone else's life. That is not courage. Okay, now we do have our first responders, like our police officers, our firemen that go, in those tall buildings and do what they have to do to save a life. They are skilled and trained to do that. And yes, they demonstrate bravery every day, all day long on their job, and it takes courage for them to do that. But remember what I said. You have each of you have that strength and that power within to show courage, to demonstrate courage, to practice courage. You have what it takes. Courage is, once again, believing in yourself that you have that strength and that power to face a fear or overcome a difficulty or a challenge. Any of you ever heard of the story, The Little Engine That Could? That popped in my head a couple weeks ago. Oh, you've heard of the story? Okay, so the little engine that could is about this little train, right? That had to go up a hill. It had a job to do, and it was loaded down with a lot of cargo. I'm paraphrasing, in the essence of time, and because I don't remember exactly, but I know it had to go up the hill, and it had like a heavy load to take up the hill, and he wasn't really convinced that he could do it. He was scared, and it was a challenge and a difficulty as well. Okay, and so he started up the hill really, really slowly. He was going to try. And that's the thing about when you are fearful of something or you're facing something challenging or difficult. Take one step at a time. So that's what the little engine did. It started up the hill real slow, not really confident about the fact that he could do it. And so he was like, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And he was halfway up. He started going a little faster. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. And the next thing you know, he was all the way at the top. Do you believe that? He was at the top, and he looked back. You know what he said? Any of you know what he said?
I know I can.
He says, I know I can, I know I can, I know I can. And then after that, after he went back down, what else do you think he said? I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could. So what happened is this. Little by little, he built what? We said the word. Confidence. Okay? And that's what having courage does. It helps you to build your confidence so that not only can you do your 6th grade math, you can do your 7th grade math, you will have more confidence that you can even do your 8th grade math while you're in the 6th grade. You keep pushing past your usual and going for the unusual. Going for the thing that you never did before or never thought you could do it. Face that fear and that difficulty. Take courage and you can do it. So, I know you've been thinking a lot about what I've been saying about what courage really, really means. And it's not necessarily acts of heroics or bravery, but it's your everyday, facing your everyday. It's doing those things that you are supposed to be doing that is right, doing the right thing when everybody else is not. That takes courage. Okay? So with all of that said, I want to ask you, each of you, to tell me what stood out to you today about what we've talked about as far as courage and why. We'll start with you, Samantha.
Courage is like an everyday thing, and I would not thought of that because like you do them every day, so you don't really think of it.
And sometimes we beat ourselves up way, way, way too much. So now you realize that you have courage because you've been doing those things that, not everybody does that. Not everybody comes to school every day and does their work and study hard and turn their test in and try again. So now your confidence is built up a little bit and you're going to try even harder, right? Good job. Yes? inspired you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just face that challenge, that difficulty. And even if it takes you a little while, know that you have what it takes. Thank you, Genesis.
Courage is really about how you face your fears and how you face your thoughts and what your brain tells you. Like if you're scared of the dark outside and then you go outside and then when you have to take out that trash, one day you're just gonna start going slower. You're gonna start going slow and then you're gonna go faster. And then when it's time for you to do it again, you're not gonna be so scared.
It's not a big deal anymore. It's like, okay, I gotta take the trash out. It's a responsibility. Let me just go out and do this. There's nothing out there but trash cans. And do that thing, you come back in, there you go. Now you're confident. Dominique. What about courage? This whole discussion that we've been having, is there one thing that stuck out to you and why?
That I should face my fears because I don't know what my fears are until like I really have to like go to it until I'm actually there facing it. I don't realize that it isn't a fear.
Would you say your fear, one of your fears might have been to talk in front of the camera? No?
Maybe.
Maybe? But you did, and you're doing it, so you will get better and better at it. And that's what it is. Remember, students, courage is believing in yourself, having that inner belief that you have that strength and power within to face your fears and overcome challenges and build confidence to push past the usual and do even more and even better. So with that, I want to say thank you all. We're going to say high five and Learning for Life rocks, because I think this was fun. Again, great discussion on courage. Thank you all for joining me, and we're going to say 1, 2, 3. Learning for Life
Rocks.
rocks. High five.